It's the kind of thing that just is here and people expect it to be here all the time. If tourism fails, if everything else fails, there will be a market here. You know, when we're gone, there will be a market here. And that's the beauty of it, you know. We will always stand up for it and it's going to always be here. Yeah, there's been battles for the committee and there's been, you know, people who would like to see this market maybe not here, but the majority of people in the city and abroad love this market. It's their favourite place to come to when they come home. We get our emigrants coming home at Christmas and it's the first place to come to. It really is an asset and it's a very important one.
So many people are not aware of the importance and the whole historical aspect of the market. The Saturday market has probably existed since Galway became a town, really, because inevitably the townspeople needed fuel, food, etc. So people from the outlying districts would come in, usually with cartloads of product, sometimes walking on foot, and sell their goods in town and then use whatever monies they had collected to buy things that they couldn't have on their farm, like tea or sugar. The market has changed beyond recognition now, really, in that you can buy all kinds of exotic foodstuffs, but it's still wonderful. It still retains that kind of atmosphere that it always had. I would hope that not only will the market continue, but I hope it will never ever lose the 19th century aspect of the market.
You know, you walk through Shop Street as a visitor and there's this tiny little lane on the right hand side and you kind of go, ooh, what's in here? And you walk through it and there's all this lovely artisan stuff going on. There's the smells and there's the banter and the crack happening, and it's such a vital experience in Galway, not just for tourists but also for locals, for people growing up here. This place is a melting pot of cultures. I'm from Holland, my neighbour is from New York, there's Polish lads, there's Scottish lads, there's Indian lads, there's German lads, and we all come together and supply this like service to the people of Galway that is vital. This is why we are the capital of culture, because of this melting pot of culture. Every normal, decent culture has a strong marketplace. It's local economy. It's building resilience within the local economy. It makes total sense.
I think 2020 is a great thing, and it's great to celebrate culture, but don't think culture is all inside museums and art galleries and everywhere. You know, culture is what's happening. I would say that I think the fact that they haven't been in touch with St. Nicholas Market, because that is living culture, and the fact that they haven't been in touch with us shows that they're looking at the stars and they're not seeing what's there right in front of them.
We have the feeling that the city manager of the moment is really focused on 2020, but there doesn't seem to be anything else coming to his ears or to his head. That is the disappointing side.
I think there's a kind of a problem that's endemic in Galway Council in general, that there's a culture versus capital thing going on, and capital wins out all the time. And because it can't quantify culture, and Galway Market really is the epitome of culture in the centre of Galway, but we can't quantify it. And because you can't quantify it, they consider us to have no value.
Because we really do feel like it's a cultural hub, and it's really important that it's supported. We've been here for 700 years. We hope to be here another 700 more. It really is the beating heart of Galway City.
This market is neglected by the city council, and there doesn't seem to be anyone who is responsible for the market, and that is what we're working on at the moment.
But the place just becomes a sewer, basically, because the drains are blocked, and they've been blocked for years, and we've been complaining about it, but we're getting nowhere with Galway City Council.
The City Council doesn't necessarily appreciate or realise what sort of an asset this is. Basic things like make sure there's no potholes in the walkway in front of us. I've seen several people falling flat on their face. There are huge puddles of water here. This isn't really necessary on a hill.
This was not long after our most recent attempt to communicate effectively with the City Council, to get them to respect us, to get them to fix Churchyard Street, fix the paving, clean out the gullies, that sort of thing. So their response was a total, well, let me read it. They said, we wish to remind stall operators that disposal of any substance which may interfere with the free flow of waste is prohibited. Please dispose of waste in an appropriate manner. So it was like we asked them for something significant and they kind of slap us down like in the old days somebody might slap down a child and say, you know, get out and play or something like that.
Jesus, what kind of a thinking is it? Where does that come from? Us throwing down rubbish there, standing in puddles, making our situation worse? But this is insult, an insulting letter, that's what we call it.
And when we have problems, they blame us rather than address, you know, if we complain about something, then they start blaming us for it, which is a bit off.
Excuse me? So we are blamed for the blocked gullies. So who in their right mind would mess up with working environment? Why are we blamed? I don't understand.
The market isn't owned by the traders, and it isn't owned by the public, and it's not owned by the council. The market is it's a public space, and it's for everybody. Everybody owns it, and it's all our space. And whoever uses the space, for whatever reason, they're the guardians and the custodians of it, from the last generation to the next generation. It's not mine or yours.
We're basically minding the market for the next generation, and we got to mind it well. You know, and we've made it a brilliant market, so we should be proud of ourselves as well.
There's generations of people all working side by side here. That's nice, isn't it? I mean, that's community, really.
I think its motley collection of stalls and traders is its value. It's basic reflection of real humanity, and that kind of humanity in terms of cities and towns is fading from people's lives. So I think it's a really, really important, valuable thing.
We will be here in 100 years' time, and that I think is very, very important, to have here a public market which is there for the people of Galway.
We've got a beautiful public space here. All it needs is a little love.